To be honest with you, this is the video that is about Boruto Next Generation episode 252. And it will be reaction and discussion. And the reaction is now going to commence. Yeah, we're aware of that. Yeah, indeed. Sure you will. Your father couldn't, but you could. The thing is, you should try. That is pretty much one of the most important things in the Naruto universe in personal opinion, so I do believe this is a great opportunity for Boruto, but let's see how he'll try. Are they gonna steal one? A summon? I mean, yeah. There it is. Yeah. He obviously enough has a personal reason to want to go there, so I don't think that we're ever getting the thing from the opening, but I do hope so. I really hope we do, but we're not. Just like the one with the giant ice beast. Two amazing openings. I mean, I think I'd rather that instead of a spoiler opening, but hey. Come on, if your father could convince Pain, you can convince Ikada. Mostly because, let's just say that I believe Pain was much more difficult to convince. I mean, same with Obito. And yeah, Boruto has inherited the jutsu that everyone knows about, so he will succeed. He convinced Tao. Well, Ikada, just being very stoic. Yeah, he's gonna show off a little bit of his power. I mean, Ikada, you better use your ability. But really? Come on, at least use your ability. A little bit, Ikada. Oh, more flashbacks. Nice! Well, at least he's not as brutal as Jigen. For now. Whoa. Oh! Wait, but you... I don't think you needed to show me this, but I am interested to how these actually work. Are you talking to a spear? Let's see how things will go. Choujiro should kill them all. But will he? Well, and I hope someone greets them. Okay. I assume he will take them. Wait, what's the shield then? Oh, are they... Oh, I think they're guarding the device itself. Does Choujiro know where this is going? Yeah. That's unreasonable. No, Boruto, they should... Okay, Boruto, I get it. But I think you're convincing the wrong side to pull out first. I mean, it controls the weather. It's ridiculously important. Oh. Indeed. And now you've given him a weapon to be even more powerful. Oh! Okay. I know a lot of people have laughed at Choujiro, but I think Choujiro can probably handle these three. Well, it depends. If they go completely all out, probably not. With Momoshiki, but otherwise. That's... Well, that is definitely a part of Naruto. Well, you definitely can let him try. Oh. I think Choujiro, you should ascend him. Yeah, me neither. Okay. You definitely have inherited your father's idealism? Idealism. We're actually gonna have the conversation now. I'm excited about that. What's happening with the ocean as well? It's so strange. Okay, Ikada. Okay. What? I'm confused about the ocean in this world, but there's magic in this world, so I don't know. Maybe the ocean just does weird things sometimes. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, there it is. Ooh, I like. Okay, this is actually pretty cool looking with the base behind them. Anyway, come on, conversation. Oh, these are still fighting. Well, they're not killing each other. That's positive. What is Kaoki doing? Indeed. Head there, quickly. Yeah. What do you do? Yeah, well, that is obvious. Well, you were fighting for probably hours. Figure it out. Come on, guys. Be serious. I mean, if you used your Sharingan, sure, but I have no idea you did. Good luck, Sarada. Guess you'll figure it out. Indeed, you know whose son he is. Oh, that's true. That's also true. Also genetics. We all know the truth. Yeah, that's something I'm curious about. Well, yeah. If you knew if you watched the episode that I watched. Oh, I'm liking this. But overall, I'm having a lot of fun. Yes. But is that enough of a reason to stop? You don't know pain, Boruto. You don't know pain. Okay. They will. Okay. We're not doing it this episode, but I'm super hyped for the next one. Oh, what are they doing with their boats? Ancestors. So this is something that's been going on for a while out then. There's some certain shots in this episode that I really don't appreciate, but overall, there's so much good in this that I'm very angry whenever they mess up the animation. specifically in this arc. We obviously enough know why the Mist is fighting, and we have an idea of why the Funato are fighting, but hey, I do hope we get even more. Okay, Ikada. Yeah, everyone's super hyped after Ikada talks. I mean, I actually do believe them. The Hidden Mist will probably win, depending on how overpowered they want to make Ikada. This is a build-up episode. I'm fine with it. I'm willing to forgive everything that I didn't like. I do have some slight issues with animation, so on and so forth, but considering the entire point of this whole episode is just build up for the next one, I am fine with that. It is fine. Nothing incredibly important happened, but I do enjoy the conversation Boruto had with Chojuro. I think it was a good conversation. The conversation between Team 7 is also very much so appreciated. And I believe the little tiny bit of conversation between Bunta and Rock Lee, Team 5 and the Swordsman Kid. That conversation was the worst of the episode, but I am glad the things that Metal said have not changed the mind of Bunta nor Kyoho. They still want their revenge, and they still might play some sort of a role. I think because they showed them, they will play a role. Whether it's an important one, I don't know. But clearly they will play some sort of a role. At least I hope so, because otherwise I would have rather them not show me anything and we just pretend that they have been fighting the entire time. But, now, Ikada's power. Seems like it is to straight up control the sea. That's the only thing I still don't really understand. How overpowered are you gonna be making Ikada? Because with someone like Boruto here, who has karma, and even Chojuro, as much as people have made fun of him, which they should have, because I think his loss was way... Even though he won against those kids, the fact that he even took damage against them is ridiculous. Even if he led them, it is ridiculous in personal opinion, way worse than Kurosuchi losing against the clones of Onoki. At the very least, I feel like it's way more forgiving there, even if she lost and Jojo technically won his fight. Anyway, I can make a whole video about that. Point is, Jojo is someone who has fought against Otsutsuki multiple times. Yep, multiple times. So yeah, he should have no issues, except the fact that we have the fantasy videos of how strong are Araumi and Ikada. Araumi? Is that the name of the father? I think so. So it depends. I do think that the father will probably be not that much powerful. That strong, because Jojo beat him in the past. Obviously this is after, I assume, obviously Kagura was born, because he mentioned that he was part of the attack. So obviously this is after Boruto was born, so Jojo was probably already the Kage, I think. Or at the very least he was probably about to become. So I'm going to assume that Jojo is not much weaker than he was back then. He might even be stronger than he was then. So Araumi should be easily defeated. Now Ikada, depending on what his power truly is, which seems like he can truly control water on a different level. I would say that for now, it seems like that's his entire power, which is cool, but it's not... I mean, first things first, Karma is actually... He's a great person to fight Karma, because obviously if he's controlling the ocean itself, it's natural water, Karma can't absorb it. But how much control does he have? Also, Ikada is someone that clearly enough has not trained, so I am hoping they make him insanely broken, unbelievably powerful, like almost unrivaledly so. I want the difference between Ikada and just everyone else to be ridiculous. And I also want Arumi to be built up a little, because probably Chojuro will fight him, so I want that fight to also be cool. These are kind of the most important fights. They've removed kind of all important characters, so we have only Arumi and Ikada. Now this arc can be over in 10 episodes or so. I think 10 episodes is a good way to end it in a satisfying way for me personally. And you can have, I suppose, 1 or 2 more episodes just closing everything up afterwards. But here is what I'm hoping for. There are a lot of things were explained in the episode, but the most important things that are happening are that Boruto is going to have that conversation. The good thing that I do know that Boruto will do right, I'm hoping. I don't think they'll be stupid enough not to do what I'm thinking. But the ability of Boruto that he has inherited from his father, to talk enemies out of war. Will work, but only after a battle has at the very least been going for a couple of episodes. So my hope is that he's going to have a conversation with Ikada. Ikada is going to be very annoyed for plenty of reasons. We saw his episode, very good episode. And he will blast everyone away with water, probably sink their ship, something like that. And Chojiro will not have a choice but to begin this war. Now, what is most important after the war begins, because it has to begin, come on, they were happy each other, everyone was happy everyone, there should be a war. What should be happening is that Omi should become a very impressive threat. He should go ahead and show his power as well, because we know that everyone in the Funato has unique ability. So I would like to see what his is. And after that, something very amazing would be, I don't want to compare this to the Pain arc, but something that I think they should just straight up steal from the Pain arc, in a way, where everything is going in certain ways. For maybe 5 episodes, Boruto's fighting, he's trying to get to Ikada. And after episodes, I don't know, however episodes they have just a couple episodes of the fight, fun battles, we'll see what the Swordsman and Team 5 are doing. And then, to end the episode, or perhaps at the beginning of an episode, Ikada does the almighty push moment, where I'm not saying that he's going to do almighty push, not even remotely, but he uses his power because they're literally on the ocean, and if his ability is to straight up control the entire ocean, he has a lot of destructive ability. So he kind of just goes on ahead, clinches his fist, and half of O, or maybe even O, except maybe Chojiro's ship of the mist, get killed instantly. Or maybe even some of the Funato that are in the way. I just think that would be an amazing moment, and I'm really hoping they do something like that, because this arc has been very much so okay with killing characters. And because these are obvious enough no-names and we're gonna have a war, I want casualties. More obviously enough, I'm shocked we got as many named characters killed as we did. But I don't want any more named characters today. Actually, I hope that they don't kill any more of the named characters. What I do want is a lot of the normal soldiers, just normal shinobi, all of their bodies. Just I want the entire ocean to be red. I know it's messed up that I'm hoping for that, and I don't know whether we will get it. But there's been a lot of build-up, and I want Ikada to feel like he's an unstoppable force. I actually want Ikada to be stronger than Boruto, Mitsuki, and Sarada. I want him to be so much more powerful than all of them, and even Karma included. Just, I don't think Momoshiki is gonna come out, even though that would be also cool. And even something better would be if Momoshiki does come out and he still can beat Ikada. Oh, if we get to that point. I'm getting too hyped. That's not happening. But imagine if it did. Oh, I'll be so happy. And at that point, Chojiro just adopt Ikada, because at that point, yeah, just have him be the next Mizukage. Probably a good idea if we get to all the way to that point. But anyway, Ikada clearly enough, even with the things that he has now, considering he has never been taught anything about ninjutsu, he was able to split the ocean, he controlled all of the ships to go up the wave. So I think Ikada has a lot of potential as a Miss Shinobi. So I do hope he's kept alive. And I do hope that he actually continues being in the Mist, because they got rid of an important character from the Mist, pretty much the one that was going to be the next Mizukage. So I'm hoping they keep him, and maybe that's his punishment. I think that's a good idea, and I really hope they go with this. Is after the way that they beat Ikada, and I'm hoping that Ikada is so powerful that he loses only because Boruto is able to convince him, not because he's stronger than him. I'm hoping they go with that. They can do it in other ways in which I'm satisfied, but anyway, that's what I'm hoping for. And the other thing I'm hoping for is that after Ikara is defeated, Chojiro is going to make the decision to have him repay his sins, atone for his sins, by making him a Miss Shinobi. And, obviously enough, by doing that, maybe eventually he'll say, after you have served a certain amount of years or whatever, you can go on ahead and continue with your dream. And obviously Nafikado will continue being a shinobi and maybe also have his dream about being a boat builder. He can do both, no issues whatsoever. I don't think they conflict each other. But anyway, I'm way too hyped. I really enjoyed this. I enjoyed the conversations. I enjoyed the setup. I did have some small issues with certain moments, very small ones, but they're more glaring than usual precisely because I think this is a good episode and it's a good direction for their arc. Depending on how they execute it, this can be one of the best arcs of Boruto. It is so dependent on the next episode, it's actually kind of insane. I've been mentioning it this whole arc, but this has been a ginormous build-up, so they need to hyper-deliver pretty much. And I know they can do it, because the Garu against Kawaki fight is non-canon. Not non-canon? It is absolutely canon. It is anime canon. So I know that they can do amazing anime canon things. And I'm hoping, I am really hoping, I know this is not gonna happen, but I'm hoping they do some of the things that I mentioned, or maybe even surprise me and do it even better than I can ever imagine. That would be the best. But hey, we'll see how things are gonna go. I'm excited for the future. There is a video there, subscribe to my channel there, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did.